Hello, gorgeous souls. It's Mary from PsychicSoulmateReading.com. This video is a 3-card tarot reading for what we need to know right here and now. I'm not saying the date because it doesn't matter even if you're watching this like months later, even years later after I have uploaded it. The message and the reading is meant for you because you were drawn to watch this, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter about the time. And maybe some things are not quite resonating with you. Well, you got to visit back because maybe some things have to unfold in your life before, so the reading and the message can take effect. I've been doing this for many years, and you know, I always get the same feedback from everybody that, wow, like people say to me, Mary, are you talking to me? Or like, how do you know this? And it's like, I'm not doing it. I am just a sensitive. I am a sensitive, which means I'm psychic, and we all are into psychic, but I just really focus in on my intuition, to develop my intuition. So I facilitate the message from spirit guides, and I just have, you know, just that ability to do that. So that is how it works, okay? And, you know, if, like I said, things have to unfold, but at the same time, even if you're watching this and you're finding that, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, visit back because there's more messages. You see this, these reading videos that I do every week, they are meant for any time. Like you can just look through my channel and through my feed and say, I think I'll just watch this one. And the message is for you. You hear what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. And even if I talk about times and dates and, you know, things, this is happening, because I'm just sharing what's going on in my world. Yeah, so I'm working with the Mermaid Tarot. I don't have the box right here in front of me, but my sister gifted them to me for Mother's Day. And I just love them because I feel that I'm a mermaid. I'm an incarnating mermaid. I always say that. I love the water, and I just, you know, I've been living near the water all my life. Actually, there's always been a lake, and I'm even closer to the water than I ever been. I'm literally just like 3-minute walk to the water, and you know, I'm just very drawn. And I'm a water sign as well, so like I just love it. Even though my T-shirt says I took a DNA test and found out I'm 100% goddess. I'll take that too. We like to just, you know, live in that kind of dreamy goddess world, right? Okay. And so I've already shuffled the cards, and I've already dealt the cards already. Okay. So the first card came up was the Hermit. And the Hermit is finding your inner light, going inside and finding that inner light, finding that little spark inside of you that will help you to guide your way. Sometimes we feel like we are feeling lost. We are feeling like I'm just feeling like confused, but you're not actually, because you have all the messages, you have all the guidance inside of you. It's just what I do when I do my readings. I'm actually helping you to ignite that and helping to open up that energy so you can say, aha, I got it. Oh, I see. But you already have it. I'm just reading what you already have in your soul. Okay, you already have it there. When we're connected to our soul, we're aligned with our spirit. We can be able to find that light really, really easy, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of meditation. It takes a lot of, well, when I say meditation, I mean just getting out of our way, basically. That's what I mean. Like just being in the now, you know, just being present. You've heard that, the present moment. And that's true, because when we think about the past, it's already done. It's already happened, and you can't change it. And if we think about tomorrow, then that hasn't happened, and we end up like just keep bringing ourselves into a spiral, and sometimes we tell ourselves really negative things, and we end up spiraling downward. And when that happens, we tend to just that light is just dimmed, and that's why I'm talking about, because we have that light inside of us. And the Hermit is telling you that you need to take some self-care, some self-love for yourself so you can find that inner light, and you have something that you want to share, and you have a gift. You have something that you want to put out. I've been saying this has been coming up. This came up the last time I did the reading last week, and it's coming up again, that you have something that you need to share. And you have, whoever I'm talking to, whoever's hearing this, you really need to put this down on paper or write it down. You don't have to start it if that's, well, I'm just, you know me, I'm always doing it at night. I don't like to tell people what to do, but I'm just trying to nudge you a little bit to write it down, because when you write it down, you look at it and you'll say, oh, I wrote it down, so you're accountable for it. And when you become accountable for it, you'll actually like percolate new thoughts and ideas, and some seeds will come. Like you're planting the seeds, at least if you write it down, right? And like just even take your phone and go to Notepad, or just go whatever you have on your phone, like any kind of thing that you can just write some, you know, type in some notes and just put it in there, and you'll be amazed by what happens when it comes through, right? Okay, you know, like we are spirit, as I was saying. Like when I get the messages, I am talking, when I say spirit, I'm not necessarily saying my spirit, I'm more saying spirit from the above, the divine. You know, we want to call the divine God, we can call it goddess, we can call it source, divine intelligence. I just say the divine and spirit. It's just easier and it's universal, right? And so what's saying that is like you have that ability to be able to channel messages, and like when you meditate and you go inside inward, you can get that light. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, you have it. And also maybe you need to reach out to someone to help you find that light. So you might have to ask for help. Don't you know, don't be a hero. Sometimes we have to ask for help for certain things in our life. Sometimes things just seem to be overwhelming and overbearing, that we can't seem to look upon. Like we can't seem to find that inside of us, that we are just confused. And so when you're confused, you end up making yourself like even more confused. When I say that, I mean that because I'm sort of getting other messages that are coming through. But when I'm just saying, like the stories in your mind actually can actually make you feel more worse. Okay. So the hermit knows, and you know inside of you that there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of messages that you're downloading. You know, I can tell you about it, but it's like to actually like to know it, you have to feel it. And before I start my readings, I always put the intention when I do my readings and when I do these videos, that I want to explain it in the best way I can. But maybe my vocabulary, you won't understand it completely. Maybe you have you're a different language. Maybe you speak a different language. But I want you to, my intention is for you to feel it, rather, of the message. And sometimes some people just say, I just like to hear your voice and just listen to it. You know, so what I mean, like, yeah, I understand, because that's called a release. That's actually just listening to the message, feeling the message, and just going inward. And sometimes you'll just get it, right? And maybe it'll just make you fall asleep, you know? I mean, I don't mean that I'm boring or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I don't care, really. I do this because it's not that I care. I don't care what anybody thinks, but actually I do want to just put my heart out. That's all. I think about it that way. I don't want it to sound mean or anything like that, but I just meant like, you know, I just put myself out there just to ignite the energy and just to give you a light and make your day in some way, you know. So that's basically what the hermit was telling us. I got that from there, but you know, we all have our little issues and we all have it. So, you know, I can go on and on, but I have to go on to the next card, and the next card will make sense to more of what this is telling you. Okay, so the Ace of Wands, it's interesting that when I said ignite, this is igniting the energy. That's exactly what the Ace of Wands represents. It represents bringing out something inside of you, a new beginning. But wands represent their fire, and wands are activity. You know, fire makes everything go. We need to have the fire. We need to have the fire to make the fire and to warm us in the winter. And the fire is actually the fire in you. So you're being called and getting a message to actually begin something, and it's creativity. That's what the Ace of Wands. When I look at it, I'm just staring into it, and I just see like just a tremendous amount of creativity that's coming through, that's telling you that you have it deep inside you. And sometimes we will say, I'm not creative. I don't have any artistic ability. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You think you're not. Whatever you do, you're creative. It's just in a different way. You don't have to be an artist and paint or sculpt or be a singer or be a musician or whatever. Like, you don't have to, or dance. Like, you don't have to do any of those, but you have those inside of you. It's just that you don't use it. So this is telling you that you have those abilities in some way, but in a different way that you think. Like, even the way you fix your home, even the way you decorate, even the way you fold your clothes, even the way you organize your closet. That is creativity, and when we become a little creative and we do that, we actually ignite a spark inside of us. And, how do you think everything got here? Like everything, it was by creative force. The spirit is creative and created us all unique and all different. And, if we were all the same, it would be very boring. It would be a very boring place. So what this is telling you is that you have that spark inside of you, and you see how beautiful these two cards look together, because they both basically represent the same thing. Well, this is more fiery, this is going inside. I always consider myself the hermit. I've always said I'm the hermit card. Not that I'm a hermit. I'm not a hermit. It's just that I like to go inward, and I like to find light inside of me rather than actually, like, even if something is like something triggers, people come into our lives and maybe they might trigger us. I like to go inward, and sometimes if I'm getting triggered, I go inward to find what is that light telling me. And so, like, the hermit is a really good role model to go by, and just give yourself time to just excuse yourself to just go inward a little bit. And when something is bothering you, something upsets you, it's like it happens to the best of us in line at the grocery store, or it's just like people's energy sometimes. It just happens because when one person's having a bad day, their energy can actually make you have a bad day for some reason. It's just because it's contagious. That's how energy works. It's contagious. Okay. And so when I'm saying that, even positive energy, I always say when I'm really feeling really good and really in a great place, I go touch my crystals. And because I'm charging them and giving them love, and the same thing, if you're having a bad day, if you have a pet or something, go to your dog, your cat, or your bird, I don't know, like whatever you have, and just touch it, just feel it, because what you actually do is that you actually ignite that energy inside of you. You actually feel the love, because they're very healing, and your hands have healing energies too. So you might have to listen to that feeling inside of you. Sometimes you will notice like your body has an inner pendulum. Your body will react a certain way with people. Sometimes you'll feel like you're hunched over when you see someone and you kind of back away. Listen to that, because that is actually telling you that that person may be a bit dominating. But if you feel like this and you feel, oh, I feel opened and I just want to go and hug you, or I just feel so much like so happy around you, then that is telling you that you're being drawn to that person for some reason. There's an energy link exchange that's going on. Now, we are, like I said, we have a soul, and so our soul knows. So when you're aligned to your soul, it'll lead you. We are more than just flesh and blood. See, there's a force that's working beyond our flesh and blood that actually makes everything work. How do you think I'm moving? It's not coming just, okay, yeah, science will say it's the body, but where is that coming from? There's an inner power. There's the energy that's coming inside, and that is the soul. And so it knows before you know, right? And also our spirit too, which is another being that's a part of us, but it's like even higher, right? And that's our higher self. So the soul is close to us. It's the part of us that's been incarnated in different lifetimes, right? And so it experienced different things. And that'd probably be a different video of me to talk about that. And the soul is always giving you messages and nudging you. Your spirit guides are the spirit guides that have been assigned to you since you were born. And so they are around you, nudging you and showing you things, and so the soul knows, and the spirit guides also. You have a lot of experts around you, sort of say. I'm just trying to give you the most simplest way without getting too techie about it. So you know what? That's all you need to know, that you have a soul and its senses. You have a spirit that's beyond, and that is your higher self, and you have spirit guides that are around you, or angelic beings. They're like angelic beings, and they're assigned to you before you're born, and they're around you all through your whole life. And we get new guides all the time. Yes, and some people say, I don't have any guides. Yes, you do. You have plenty of guides. You have a guide for different things, and they're always around us, and they give us messages, and you might see them in numbers. Have you ever noticed that number 1111? That's the magical number. I hear everybody saying, I always see 1111, Mary. What does it mean? Now, back in my day when I first started seeing 1111, this was back in probably 97 or 96, there was no internet for me back then, or I didn't have access to it. to find out. And I didn't know. So I had to really work hard and go deep to find out what that was. And for what I found out, what it was actually my spirit guides giving me a message. I mean, it's simple. It's really simple. Now everybody will tell you that, because that's what, everybody got out of the woodworks of, I see 1111, I see 1111, I see, or even 22. Or, when you see the license plate, you'll see 444. We get excited when we see that. We go, oh, some of us get scared and we feel frightened. We're seeing all these numbers. What does it mean? What does it mean? I'm getting paranoid. No, you know what? For me, I don't even look at it that way. I go, oh, Dave, there's that's my husband. 444. And that means something. 555. That means something. The numbers are affiliated with numerology, and when they're tripled and when they're quadrupled, it's actually intensifying that energy, especially, 888, or, you'll see 999. And those are magical numbers that, well, they're not magical. I mean, like, they're kind of magical in 3D land. When I say 3D world, I mean, like, the here and now and the physical, and I got to see it. So that is how spirit guides give it to you. They show you in numbers, and you'll see it in license plates. You'll see it everywhere. The watch. And if you follow me on social media, I'm always posting it, because I was like, oh, okay. And whatever thoughts come up is what actually the message is, because, there is no set rule for certain things. Like, say, for instance, there's no set rule for, well, this is like that because it's like that. No, there's actually different meanings to everything. Like, this has like 75 to 100 meanings to one card, even if not more. And it's what comes to you when you look at it. But you got to be in that certain state of mind to get out of your way and get out of the ego sense. And that's why I said that's creativity. Creativity led me to do a lot of things. Okay. And you know what? That's what I'm just encouraging you, is to get in touch with your creativity, find the light inside, get out of your mind, and it's easy to get into. I always say that because I hear you. I hear you. And the third card is the Fool. And the Fool is taking a chance and not worrying about the consequences, and just being carefree, not careless. So you need to take the chance and not worry about what other people are thinking, feeling, doing, or, because I'll tell you, seriously, if you worry about it so much, you're actually going to miss the boat, so to say. Okay. The things that I teach and talk about are the things that I've been through in my past. And, the Fool, I look at this card because this is what brought me to where I'm at today. I say it because I took a chance and not worrying about the consequences. And yeah, it's to be carefree but not careless. That's what I say about the Fool. But it's like, you need to listen to what's in here. And this came up today, which is interesting, because with the Hermit, with the Ace of Wands, you take these together, all these three cards together, and you got a really great mix of accomplishment, of major accomplishment. If you believe in yourself, you need to go inside and believe in yourself, find that inner spark. That's what the Ace of Wands is, believing in yourself, because that's self-confidence as well, because it's a fire element, and fire is about self-confidence and about the drive. And not to be like, yeah, we can turn it around and say, okay, we might be getting too much into our ego. You know what? That's the message here. That's what I'm getting. That's why I'm getting, where is this coming from? You got to get out of your way. Sometimes we allow our ego and our mind to actually turn us, kind of make us feel like, well, I know. Well, no, you don't. Sometimes you need to get out of your way, because your ego and your mind is actually stopping you from your abundance, and from your happiness. I am all about believing in our dreams and following a dream. I believe in that, of course, being very logical minded. When I say logical minded, I mean take the steps, take the action to do what you set out, what you really want to do. What's in your heart? Like, follow the heart, follow what's inside of you, rather than what you think that you should be doing. Do what your heart tells you. Take baby steps, take little steps. Go to a certain, take a different kind of route to where you're going. Like, take a different route. Like, okay, I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to take a different plan of action. Take little things, do little things like that. And when you do, you're going to find yourself doing bigger things. And when I was talking about the inner pendulum, about the people that are around you, if somebody is dominating you and maybe bullying you, or maybe they're sabotaging your, the energies, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like energy vampires. We talked about that before in the past. And so when you're around energy vampires, you will feel like this. And sometimes you'll feel angry and you'll feel like this. Okay, and I say like the hands have energy. The hands are our tools. They're our magical tools. We talk with our hands, we work with our hands, or it's like the energy that's in our arms too. So what you need to do is just set the intention and just like acknowledge your hands, because I do Reiki, I do healing with my hands, and I work a lot with my hands. So like acknowledging the energy, because there are like energies going through, healing energies and beams of light. And they also can hurt. It's a sword. A sword can be used in a positive way or it can be used in a negative way. So you want to acknowledge your hands, okay? And so it's very important to feel the energy coming from the crown of your head and through your hands. And if you're feeling like that around that person that I was just talking about, that is maybe being a bit of a energy vampire, instead of going like this, go like this. See my hands? Wrap them around your solar plexus. I just don't want to bump my microphone. And just sit yourself down, because what you're doing is like we all have the ability to heal and to heal ourselves. So hands have even if you're not tuned to Reiki, trust me, you still have it. And if you're acknowledging the white light, you still have it inside of you. You have healing energy. So you just put your hands on your solar plexus. I'm just having my hands on my waists, and that feels really good. Or even like this, you can even lie down and just put your hands on your belly, and that'll help you to, if you're feeling those energies of like the empath of us. So most of us are empaths and we feel other people's energies, but you know what, just because you feel and you sympathize with other people doesn't mean that you have to take people's energy. So you want to call in your energy and just put your hands on your belly. That's what I always do, or just like this, and just visualize that. I can go on about that, but that'll be other videos. I have lots of plans on what I'm going to teach you guys so soon. I am so like, you know what, this is totally me right now. I'm feeling so inspired. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm probably going to go less on IGTV, or not as often. I still want to do, I'm still here. You guys still got me. It's just that I have been doing this weekly videos, which I love to do more than anything. I really love to talk and I love to give, and I'm still going to do my lives. I'm still posting on Instagram. I'm still doing all that. You still got me. But I have been in the middle of making courses and lots of clients, and I've been finding myself pushing away my schedule, pushing away clients, because I have been so like there's not enough time for it. Meaning because I have been doing so much for my people. Yes, for like my IGTV videos, that it's actually I had to make a choice. I had to prioritize what is important in my life. And right now, when I say in life, I meant like right here. I don't mean like in life. I'm in a really good place. My what I do is my life, and I love what I do. Okay, but I need to time management, organize my time. So I'm going to be putting more time into creating the courses coming up very soon. But I just need that little extra time. And then I'm going to still be posting and still be doing the videos. It's just that when I first started doing video readings like this, I started 4 years ago on Instagram. Actually, this is my 4-year anniversary. Sorry, not Instagram, YouTube. 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, how I used to do it was to do it randomly. Like I never used to do it weekly. I used to just do it like, I got a message to give you a message. That was my opening line to all my videos. I got up and now that's what I used to get. Spirit used to give me a message in the middle of the night. I got to do a video. Okay, today's a video. I'm going to do video. So they were kind of like once a week, every 10 days, 2 weeks. They were pretty often. But they weren't always every Monday. They could have been on a Wednesday, could have been on a Friday, could have been just anytime I felt I had the time and I felt the need that there was a message. I was taking my car to get an oil change at Toyota, and I had my cards in my purse, and I had my phone, and I made a video at Toyota, like places like things like that. Like, that's how Panera Bread started because I do my Panera Bread. I go to Panera Bread, it's a restaurant here, and I do my videos there. I was doing I think Canada July 1st videos or July 4th or something like that. Anyways, I do it every year. And, you know, so that's how that got started, because I was like, oh, I got my cards here. I got a message. I want to do it here. You know, so that's what I want to do. I want to do them more like a little bit random. So you're still going to see me, but it's just my videos are going to be a little bit more random than every Monday. But I'm still here. And if you want to have more of me, you still have more of me. Like when I say more, I mean like learn more, get more. Please join my newsletter, psychicsoulmatereading.com. And so when you join my newsletter, I give 10% off your first reading with me. And also I have some freebies when you join, a coloring book and some meditations that I created, and I got some more stuff to give you guys. And you will get the first when I launch anything, you get the first dibs on it, right? And I'm always there, and I'm always I'm very communicative on it. So, you know, I have been a little quiet since the past few months with all the stuff that's been going on, but like I said, you know, like that's where you can find me. So anyways, I hope that this reading was helpful for you, and I appreciate you, all your support and watching and always commenting. I love you. Your feedback really means so much to me. You guys mean so much to me. And, you know, if you're interested in getting a longer reading, go to my website and, you know, you can book a session with me. I have a app that actually books the session, books the time, and will correspond to your time zone, to my time zone. So if you're in Australia, you know, it'll go right to my, I'm in Eastern Standard Time in North America. So you will be automatically, like, it'll calculate both of our times and with my schedule. Okay. And until the next time I see you guys, I wish you peace, blessings, love and light. Mm-hmm.